one thing you pretended to like while dating? That's a good question. Well, I guess it really depends. But I guess I can actually say, I think the one thing that I'm guilty of, that I can say I pretended to like, is probably watching them play video games. There's a difference between playing video games and playing video games, if you know what I mean, right? So I'm 43, so I feel as if a grown-ass man should not be spending, I don't know, 15 hours playing video games unless that's your job and you're getting paid for it, right? But like Call of Duty and watching that shit for hours, absolutely not. I also pretended that I like to go, to garage sales and shit. I don't. Cause see, here's the thing. I'm a germaphobe and I have OCD, and so a garage sale don't sit well with me. It doesn't. It just doesn't. Just the fact of taking someone else's stuff and bringing it into my house without knowing their situation, absolutely not. So that's funny. If your ex was a store, what store would they be? I don't know. Maybe I got one. My ex would be a thrift I put my parents through, as much shit as I put my parents through, as much shit as I put my parents through, financially is the least I can do. You hear me? The least. So I would definitely make sure that my parents are straight. As for me, I would definitely buy a new car. I mean, these are little things. I don't know. I would not buy a house though. I would like a mansion condo, if that makes sense. I don't want a house though. I don't want the responsibility, even though I'll be a billionaire and other people can do it. I don't think I want it. I don't need a big house. Or like a really awesome loft. I'm simple. I'm by myself. I like a place that has space. I want space. Like space. Yeah. I mean, I wouldn't do anything. I know for a fact though, I've been thinking about this, like what's one thing I would open up if I ever had money, and I think I would open up some laundromats. I definitely would do that. Laundromats. I wouldn't want to go into the food business though, because I don't need people like Chef Ramsay up my ass. So no, I would not do food. But I would definitely, maybe like real estate or something. I would definitely turn it into something to make more money, like a profit or somehow. But definitely flipping it somehow. But yeah, I don't have big dreams, do I? What movie do you think of when you see Julia Roberts? Well, Julia Roberts. There's something special about Julia Roberts. I don't know what it is. I mean, people can argue if she's beautiful or not. I don't care about all that. She is a phenomenal actress, but there's something about her that just seems irresistible. I don't know. She has like this charm, or like, I don't know. But to answer the question, what movie do you think of when you see Julia Roberts? I don't know if this is your first pick, but Pretty Woman. If you have not seen Pretty Woman, what are you doing? What the fuck are you doing? Pretty Woman is probably one of the best romantic films. Well, besides The Notebook. Has anyone watched The Notebook? The Notebook is my shit. But Pretty Woman is definitely like a fairy tale that, you know. Anyway, go watch Pretty Woman. If you don't know what Pretty Woman's about, Pretty Woman is about Julia Roberts. She's a prostitute, and this guy, what do you want to call? He buys her. What do you want to call it? I guess he buys her. He buys her for the night, but then he ends up like falling for her. You know, so it's basically like a love story. So it's like she went from the streets to riches. I don't know, but it was definitely like a good love story. Good laugh. It's funny. So anyway, Julia Roberts, Pretty Woman. That would be my first pick. But I think my favorite movie of all times with Julia Roberts is Sleeping with the Enemy. Sleeping with the Enemy. Oh my god, talk about being on the edge of your seat. It's definitely a thriller. It's about Julia Roberts, and she had a abusive husband, and she tried to fake her own death so she can get away from this man and start a whole new life. But as everyone knows, things don't always happen the way we want them to. So but Sleeping with the Enemy. I also like that movie, Pelican Brief. I do believe that's with Denzel Washington. By the way, I just watched The Equalizer 2 and Equalizer like, he's been telling whoever his partner is to shut the fuck up like 10 times a day. And it's just getting worse and worse and worse. Whoever is staying with him, it's clear he's not with it. He's not with it, because see, they're arguing again. The slamming doors and anyway, after venting to someone, after venting to someone, do you ever just sit back and think, I should have kept that to myself? Yeah, it sucks, like, when you think you have a friend, or you think someone cares for you, and then you tell them, something personal, or whatever, and then once you do that, they ghost you, or they don't respond the way you want them to, or they be like, yeah, I can't deal with that, yeah, I've had all of them happen to me. I have, opened up, and somebody just completely, ghosted me, told me, wow, I don't want to deal with your shit, I have been shut down, and then people wonder why I am the way I am. I am always here for people. I am always willing to travel to go see people. I'm willing to do a lot of things, but when it's my turn, I never seem to get the same respect back. I do not. So that's why I am closed up the way I am, because I have tried to, and I've just got that shit thrown back in my face. So when a woman says, I want a man to fight for me, what does that mean? Well, I think it depends on what age you're asking, because the younger generation, they think that, this might mean physical. They want a man to physically fight for them. For me, when I hear that, if I say I want a man to fight for me, I'm meaning I want a man to fight for the relationship. I want a man to want to be here. I want a man to say, okay, you know what, you're sad, let me make it up to you, or let me make you feel better, like fight for this relationship. If I say, okay, I'm not happy, I don't want someone saying, my partner saying, oh, okay, well, fight for, ask why, is there anything I can change, knows like she's in her 20s. Same thing with my father. My father, again, I live in New York. We have effed up winters. You know, my dad is also in his mid 70s, and he's out there shoveling snow, raking leaves. Like, he don't have kidney problems or back problems or anything else, you know. But anyway, I don't know who needs to hear this, but men, stop. Yo, what?